talked about. And I'm going to come over here to this hand crank grinder. Let's open this up. And this is called the hopper. And all of the grinders have a hopper. That's where you put your grains. This little knob adjusts the coarseness or the fineness of your grind. And the thing that I like about this is that it attaches to the counter, any counter right here. And you want to make sure it's sturdy so that when you're grinding, it's not like going to fall over. So really make sure that this is secure. There's some that are actually made with an airplane aluminum that are really, really sturdy. And so that's a great one. You can go online and look at all the varieties. They've actually had some YouTube videos that show the better grinders versus the other not so good grinders. But this is the one I bought when I was newlywed, young little kids, and I was just getting started grinding. And I wanted something that I could use when electricity goes out, because these ones are electrical. So this one is a great one for emergency purposes. In case of hurricane here in Florida, you've got a way to still grind the grains that you need. So, okay, so we're going to start putting the grains in the hopper. And this one is one of my favorite grains, Corazon wheat. Okay, so I'm just putting a few in there. I like to have this one on a coarse grind because I know my grinder now. Now that I've had it for many years, I know that this one is a great one for my 7-grain cereal, which is right here. And I like to, once I grind this, I store it in the freezer, and I've got my cracked grains cereal already mixed up and ready to go. So we're going to just start grinding, and I'm going to show you kind of the coarseness and how easy it is. It's really not that hard, but it does give you a little bit of a workout on your arm, but it's not a bad workout. So this is what it takes, and see how there's not very much coming out. If I want, I can go a little faster, grind a little faster, and it will come out a little faster, but it does take a little effort. Okay, so let's grind a little bit more. And I'm not quite done grinding. See, so it does take a while. And as you see, it kind of sometimes gets stuck, so I like to sometimes shake that. There you go. Now it's coming again. I won't grind them all, but I'm going to come and close up. Come a little closer. So here you go. You've got the coarseness that I like for a 7-grain cereal. If you want it even more coarse, you can do it coarser than this. Okay, let's talk about the hand grinder benefits. So one of them that I love is that it's more quiet. As you heard, I can still crank the grinder as I'm talking to you, and you can hear me. Okay, so the next one is that it's pretty cheap. So this one, I think back in 2004 or 3 when I bought this, it was about $80, $90, so less than $100. You can now get them between $25 and all the way up to $500. Really, that's a huge gamut. So you got to really do your research when it comes to grinders to find which one fits your budget, which one you like the sound or the sturdiness of it. Like I told you, there was that one with the airplane aluminum, and it's built to last forever. So there's just a lot of different pros and cons. This one also has easy to adjust settings. So like I told you, it was just this knob, and you just quickly put this together really fast. Like you put this base on, then you put this on, and then the hopper, and then the handle. So it's really quick and easy to put together and assemble, and use the adjustments knobs, and then also in emergencies. So that's one of the reasons why I love this. All right, we're going to talk about this grinder next. It is one that I've had for years. It's a really good one. I really have loved it. So here's the hopper, like I said, but what's great about this one is you pull this drawer out like this. This is a 20 to 22 cup capacity. Let's talk about some of the benefits. The large capacity, of course, hopper was really important for me because I have 5 children. So if you have a large family and you're grinding a lot, that is also a benefit. You just pour it all in at the same time. You can be doing things in your kitchen while it's going, and then when you hear that high speed, then you can say, oh, it's almost done, and go right over to it. So it's great for that. large hopper and large of this capacity. Easy settings. The settings are really nice because you can actually see what the settings are. So that's kind of a benefit. And also this one is a grinder of popcorn. Now some grinders do not grind popcorn. So if you are looking to grind popcorn, because of the steel blades, you can grind popcorn and make cornmeal. All right, so here is my third grinder. Now this is my newest grinder. I'm not as familiar with this one yet, but I'm really excited to get to know this one better. So like I said, I had these for years and years and years. This has just been a couple of months. But I do like certain aspects of this grinder. The one I don't is that it doesn't do popcorn. That's why I kept my other one. So because this has two stones rubbing together, and popcorn is such a hard kernel, you will break the stone, like it will ruin your stones. So don't do popcorn and grind it in this one. But I love the fact that it comes with a little book, a little cookbook, to help you so that you can kind of get excited. I've already tried a few from that cookbook. And what I like about this one is that it looks attractive, and that's why I liked it, because I wanted something smaller than this one, and I wanted something that was square that could lean up against my countertop, or my backsplash in my kitchen. And I love the fact that this little spigot makes it so that you can quickly just put your bowl here, grind, and start with your recipe. And it's a fresh flour, and that's the reason why I got this one. Now the hopper is a little smaller, so take that lid off, and here's the hopper. Let me tilt this so you can see the hopper inside here. So this is the adjustment settings. So it's a little floury, but the coarseness, you untwist it like this and it gets coarser. Or if you want a fine grind, you do it like this and do as tight as you can, and that will get the fine grind. I don't like right now the fact that it doesn't have the coarse versus fine little sayings on it to say this is what it is. So it doesn't show me like this one. I can set it exactly to what I want. So I'm not a fan of that yet. I've got to get adjusted to that. But I do like the fact that it's a little quieter in my opinion. But we're going to see, and you can judge for yourself. And so what we're going to do is, with this one, we don't put the grains in, I've learned, until you set the settings, and then you turn it on. Then you put the grains in. So let's try it. Put the bowl here, and we're going to turn this on. I'm going to adjust this setting. That's more fine. Okay, so now it's more noisy because I'm doing a fine grind. All right, you see it's almost done. It's not coming out as much, so you know I'm going to wait till it's all, okay. There we go. Okay, and as you can see, this is a pretty nice flour. It's a medium coarse grind. So it's a really nice, and I love it. It smells so fresh and so good. It's ready to be put in some bread. Like I said, it's great because it takes up less space on your counter. And I put it's quieter, but I don't know about that now that I'm in this kitchen. It sounded quieter at home than it does here. So I'm wondering if I don't know if it's the echo in this kitchen or not. Okay, we're going to now pop some amaranth, because you can pop some of these grains. I've popped black or wild rice. I've popped amaranth and sorghum, and some of my and millet. I like to pop amaranth, and my kids like to pop amaranth because it's kind of fun. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. All right, we're going to pop some amaranth. I'm first put a little oil on a paper towel, and I'm just going to, you do not want oil in there, just sitting in there for amaranth. It's not like other popcorn and things like that. So just barely enough to just make it so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. So next, we're going to turn the heat on, and we're going to put it to a medium setting. medium to medium high, maybe about 6 on your settings. And we're going to let that heat up for a few minutes, and then we'll come back. Okay, so now that the temperature on this is pretty good, you want to make sure you have one of these pans that has a lid, by the way. So we're going to be putting this right next to it because we're going to be having to put that on as soon as we pop this. So you only want to do 1 tablespoon at a time. It does pop really fast, and have a little bowl right next to it so that you can dump it in there and then do the next batch. All right, so we're going to get a tablespoon at a time, and we've got our handy dandy lid right next to it and our bowl. So let's get ready to pop this. Put it on there, and then we'll want to lift that up and kind of just shake it a little bit. No, you have to do this thing. And it should start popping in just a second. Oh, do you see all the popping that's going on? Do you see that popping? And it will burn if you don't kind of go like this a little bit, just to kind of get it moving. But you see how it's all turning white? All right, let's show you. See that? It's all popping like that. Isn't that cool? And it does pop out of there if you're not careful. So, and then we'll just go like this and shake it into the pan. But see, you do need a little oil, and it's already sticking. Okay, there you have some popped amaranth. I did a recipe the other day, and it was a yummy blueberry coffee cake. And it was delicious, and it called for a half a cup of popped amaranth. So it works really good with your other grains if you want to do a muffin or a coffee cake, or if you want to put this on top of salads. There's a huge variety of things that you can do with popped amaranth, and it only takes a few seconds, as you saw, to pop it.